What if I told you most creators and musicians don't fail because of talent, but because of how they think, how they structure their time, and how they treat their art like a business? Over the past few years, I've read more than 100 books on self-development, business and creativity. Books like The Psychology of Money, The Creative Act by Rick Rubin, 10x is Easier Than 2x by Dan Sullivan, and classics like As a Man Thinketh by James Allen. And today, I want to give you the ultimate playbook, the lessons from all those books, distilled into one guide for creators and musicians. These aren't theories, they're principles I've tested in my own journey, the highs and the lows. So let's dive in. Part 1. The mindset shift. The first thing almost every book agrees on is this: mindset comes before results. Benjamin Hardy in Be Your Future Self Now says you don't rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your identity. If you see yourself as someone trying to be a musician, you will always be trying. But the moment you say, I am a musician, I am a creator, your actions start aligning with that reality. Joe Dispenza in Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself explains how most of us live on autopilot, repeating the same thoughts and emotions every day. To break free, you have to act from your desired future, not your familiar past. David Goggins in Can't Hurt Me and Ryan Holiday in The Obstacle is the Way reminds us that struggle isn't failure, it's training. Every rejection, every slow stream month is building resilience. But here's the hard truth: if your mindset isn't strong, this music industry will eat you alive. I know, because I've been there. There was a point when I lost myself in the music industry. I forgot why I started. I began chasing trends, comparing myself constantly, trying to please everyone, and I drifted away from the music I actually loved. I wasn't leading my own path anymore. I was living other people's voices. That was one of my lowest points. Looking back, I realized the principles in these books were exactly what I needed. Identity, resilience, and thinking bigger. Those weren't just ideas, they were survival skills. They gave me a way to come back to myself, to rebuild my confidence and direction. So the first lesson is clear: protect your mindset. Without it, everything else crumbles. Part 2. Building your creative business. Now let's talk business. Because whether you like it or not, if you are a creator or a musician, you are an entrepreneur. Alex Hormozi in $100 Million Offers says success comes down to value. People don't just buy, they trade for what's valuable. For a musician, your offer isn't just a song. It's the story, the feeling, the experience, the community you create for your fans. Donald Miller's Building a Story Brand teaches us to stop making ourselves the hero. Your fans aren't looking for your story, they're looking for their own story. Your music is a soundtrack to their hero journey. That's how you connect. And Seth Godin in Purple Cow reminds us good is not enough. The world is full of good already. If you want to stand out, you have to be remarkable, different, bold. Now let me share how I lived this out, even before I understood the principles consciously. When I signed my first big label release, it wasn't because I had a huge fanbase or a flawless marketing team. Honestly, I didn't have any of that. What actually happened was that I met the right people at the right time. People who saw potential in me and helped me to level up. I wasn't following a self-help framework or a business strategy. I was just in motion, creating, learning, showing up, and saying yes when doors opened. Looking back, I realized I had unknowingly applied exactly what these books talk about. Dan Sullivan's Who Not How is a perfect example. You don't always need to do everything alone. The right collaborators and mentors can open doors you'd never reach by yourself. And Napoleon Hill in Outwitting the Devil teaches that opportunity comes to those moving with intention. I was moving, and because of that, I was ready when the opportunities arrived. So here's the truth: even without a big following, I was living proof that these principles work. When you stay consistent, when you build momentum, and when you're open to the right people, breakthroughs will happen. And once you understand these ideas consciously, you can repeat the process again and again, deliberately at this time. Part 3. Productivity and creativity. Gary Keller's The One Thing asks, what's the one thing I can do that makes everything else easier or unnecessary? For creators, that one thing is simple: make your art. Not endless tweaks, not over-analyzing metrics, not waiting for the perfect moment. Just create and focus on becoming great in your art. Cal Newport in So Good They Can't Ignore You takes this even further. He argues that chasing passion isn't enough. The people who succeed are the ones who build rare and valuable skills, what he calls career capital. The more you hone your craft, the more leverage and freedom you gain. For musicians, that means don't just wait to be inspired. Treat your craft like training. Practice deliberately. Push yourself past what feels comfortable. When you get so good they can't ignore you, opportunities will chase you. Newport's Deep Work and Seth Godin's The Practice echo this also. Creativity thrives in consistency. Ritual beats inspiration. Even one focused hour a day compounds into mastery. Austin Kleon's Steal Like an Artist reminds us that originality is remixing. Don't fear influence. Absorb, remix, and make it yours. Rick Rubin's The Creative Act reframes creativity as a practice, not a performance. You're not responsible for the outcome. Your job is simply to show up and create. So the productivity lesson is this: focus on your one thing, build valuable skills, protect your creative time, and trust the compounding effect of daily practice. Part 4. Money, wealth, and longevity. Morgan Housel in The Psychology of Money says money isn't about numbers, it's about behavior. The goal of money isn't luxury, it's freedom. For creators, that means money is oxygen for your art. It buys time to keep creating. T. Harv Eker in Secrets of the Millionaire Mind and Napoleon Hill in Think and Grow Rich both say the same thing. Wealth starts in the mind. If you believe artists don't make money, you will prove yourself right. Darren Hardy's The Compound Effect shows how small actions compound over time. Every fan, every dollar reinvested, every video uploaded builds over years. And MJ DeMarco's The Millionaire Fastlane is a wake-up call. Stop waiting to get discovered. Build systems that scale. Digital assets, licensing, online platforms. One song, one video, one piece of content can work for you forever. So when it comes to money, the lesson is clear. See money as freedom. Rewire your beliefs, play long-term, and build assets that keep working while you sleep. Part 5. The Inner Game. Bob Proctor, Neville Goddard, and David Bayer all say the same thing. Your outer world mirrors your inner beliefs. If you secretly believe you're not good enough or that music doesn't pay, you will act in ways that sabotage yourself. Books like Feeling is the Secret, Born Rich, and Change Your Paradigm, Change Your Life by Bob Proctor show us that success begins inside. You have to see it, feel it, and act from it before it shows up in reality. This ties back to my earlier story, when I lost myself in the industry. I ended up chasing other people's expectations and drifting away from what I actually loved. But once I rebuilt my inner game, redefining who I was, what I stood for, and what I believed was possible, everything started to shift again. So the inner game lesson is this. If you want to change your career, start by changing your paradigm and the way you see yourself in the world you want to work in. After reading more than 100 books and living through my own ups and downs, here's what I know. Number 1. Identity drives everything. Become the person you want to be. Number 2. Creativity is a daily practice. Show up regardless of mood. Number 3. Treat your art like a business. Package value, tell stories, and stand out. Number 4. Money is freedom. Build assets, think long term. Number 5. Mindset is the multiplier. Your beliefs either cap you or launch you. When I lost myself in the music industry, these principles brought me back. When I had no fan base but met the right people, these principles carried me forward. And when I sat down to read book after book, I realized they were all pointing to the same truth. If this resonated, hit subscribe for more content on mindset and the music business. The world doesn't need more noise. It needs your unique voice, shared with courage, consistency, and purpose. Now go create.